Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Entrepreneurs Nourishing Africa. Today we are joined by Chiamaka Ndukwu, who is the CEO and founder of AgroHive and natural Nourishing Africa fashion. We're going to let Chiamaka introduce her agribusiness and tell us about the great work we're doing. And then we're going to have a full-blown discussion about how she came to be how she came to found this organization and the impact it is having across Africa. So thank you for joining us. Over to you.
Thank you, Ify, for having me. I really appreciate it. So my name is Chiamaka Ndukwu, and I am the founder and CEO of AgroHive, an agri-tech company that is helping agribusinesses have easy access to skilled agricultural workforce. I have an educational background in animal science and technology from the Federal University of Technology over in Nigeria. And I started AgroHive when I was in my 300 level. That was in 2016. And so far, we've been able to empower over 2,000 women and youths in Africa, directly and indirectly.
Great. So I'm going to ask a few questions. And the first one is, what really led you to decide to actually found this business? What triggered you to think, this is what I need to do?
Okay, that's actually a very great question, because when I started AgroHive as a student, I was interested in one thing, and that thing was to help rural youths and women have access to the right information and the right training on the best agronomic practices that can help them improve their agribusiness productivity and profits. So when I was in school, I discovered that a lot of people were doing agriculture the wrong way, and so many young people were actually not interested in agriculture. Many young people did not have the skills. And then I belonged to an organization that showed me a different view of what I can do as an individual. I belong to an artist photo, and through an artist photo, I was able to learn how to, manage projects and carry out important activities using digital tools. And I discovered that my colleagues do not have these skills. And these are things that could boost the agricultural sector. And aside from my colleagues not having these skills, there are a lot of smallholder farmers and rural women who didn't even know of the existence of digital tools or access to some improved technologies that could help them boost what they were doing. So I thought it wise to be the one to lead that change, knowing fully well that one day I'll be out of school, and of course there will be need for, there will be need for the skills I learned back in school and for my organization one day. So I decided to just take the bold step.
That's incredible that you actually thought ahead and you were able to just to see, I guess, into the future, knowing that it's not only going to help others, but help you in the future as well. And you also touched on something that's really important for us at Nourishing Africa, which is leveraging technology within a sector that oftentimes people don't even link the two together. When you started off, what exactly did you require? How were you able to implement technology into your business, and how has that really, changed the way you do things as opposed to if you did not incorporate technology?
Thank you for that question. So when we started, we were basically just doing the normal use of farm management tools, simple Excel for recording. But along the line, we discovered that we needed to integrate technology as an organization, right? So during the COVID-19 pandemic, something happened. We had a training lined up in partnership with the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority. We had a training for May, June, July. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we couldn't implement this training, and I was confused on what to do. But then I discovered that there are so many organizations that were already using technology to train people in different sectors. And at that point, my team knew that we needed to, integrate technology into our training so that even pandemics can't stop us. But aside from we launched our digital training this year, where we train agricultural professionals agricultural graduates, undergraduates, and we also offer them internship positions, virtual internship positions after the training. But before this virtual training started, our business model has always been to outsource skilled staff to agribusinesses using our web application, our website. So if you want to hire a skill as an agribusiness owner or as an agricultural firm, all you need to do is just go to our website and you can click on it and make a request, and we'll get back to you with the right skills for you. And currently we are developing an automated web application that makes it easier.
Incredible. You said you've helped over 2,000 entrepreneurs, farmers, as well as women in the farming community. How were you able to, create this impact through your work? Can you just take us through that as well?
Okay, thank you so much. So when we started, we first of all started with carrying out extension projects for rural women in eastern Nigeria. And one of the key projects we carried out was the biofortified cassava project, where we disseminated biofortified cassava stems to rural women in eastern Nigeria, and we trained them on the right agronomic practices on how to cultivate this particular variety of cassava, because it's quite different from the conventional cassava stems they were used to. So after that, we also trained them on the processing and also helped them to replicate, like multiplication, so that it could spread. So that was one of the trainings we did for women back in the days. We also carried out school projects. We called it the AgroHive Teen Club, where we went to schools in eastern Nigeria and started up organic gardens, school farms for teens in secondary schools. We also did a campaign where we invited youths across Nigeria to be involved in the Think Agro campaign to enlighten them on the need for them to be involved. That was 3 years ago. We also did a training in Lagos in collaboration with Yali Lagos, where we trained graduates, agricultural graduates, on the use of farm management tools and financial tools that they are not aware of to enhance their knowledge, their previous knowledge of how agriculture is done. And also we did a training recently, the Agro Skill of 2.0 training, where we trained so many farmers and agricultural graduates on the use of management tools to enhance agribusiness productivity, work ethics, and the process of training and managing a team, an agricultural team, to cut down on farm theft and challenges arising from hiring poor skilled workers. Aside that, we have also been able to help agricultural businesses have access to skilled agricultural professionals with ease. We currently outsource to agribusinesses, and we are not just doing this in Nigeria. We've also done it in Liberia, Uganda, Burkina Faso, and France. That's for the training, but the outsourcing is just in Nigeria for now.
And I am really glad to hear that, it's not just Nigeria, but it's you're scaling into other markets as well and trying to help other people and impact their lives in different areas in Africa. The next question I want to know is more futuristic. In where do you see AgroHive in the next 10 years?
Wow, that's a good question. So in the next 10 years, of course, I see AgroHive being one of the biggest agricultural platforms globally, not just in Africa. I see AgroHive being that go-to agri institute where young people who have background in agriculture can come and upskill. We're not just interested in teaching them agriculture, we're teaching them the skills, the tools they need to enhance productivity, so that when they come out, there won't be a difference between the agri graduate and the engineering graduate. They will be on the same skills level. They should know what the world is talking about, because it seems like we're still backward. So in the next 10 years, I really want to change that situation that we had in Africa. Also in the next 10 years, I want to have a brand that is encouraging gender equality, because in the agricultural sector, a few ladies in the sector. So I want a situation whereby girls, like ladies, can be proud to be in the agri sector and be, proud to share it with the world.
No, definitely. That actually sounds incredible. And what advice would you give to, let me break this up into two actually. The first would be, what advice would you give to young people? Because you know you work directly with young people who often question if they should enter the agricultural sector. What would you say to them to convince them or even just to encourage them to join the sector? And then my second question would be, what would you say to entrepreneurs who are already in the sector, but you know, we've gone through a very difficult year and we know that it's really difficult for many people to continue. What would you say, what words of encouragement or advice would you give them?
So for young people that are interested in going into agriculture, you really have to be patient, right? The agricultural sector is a very risky sector. Yeah, it is. So I would advise young people to, do the due diligence, understand what you want to do, have a plan, understand that like every other thing, the agricultural sector is not a get-rich scheme. I would advise young people to be patient because the agricultural sector is a very risky sector. Like you don't just go in and expect to make millions overnight, right? It takes time. So I will advise them to do the due diligence, do the needful, have their plan, and also be patient to reap the fruits of their labor, because you can't just go into there and make money the next day. No, you have to work hard. And another thing is that they should be passionate about what they want to do, because if you're not passionate, when the crisis comes, you give up easily. So it takes the passionate agriculturist or the passionate farmer to actually wait for the harvest to come, regardless of what happens. So for the entrepreneurs already in the sector, my advice is, I know that a lot is happening, and rest assured, soon things will get back to normal, because currently in the country, across Africa, it's really hard for farmers now. A bag of feed that was sold 3,000 naira a month ago is now almost 6,000 naira, and that is really bad. So I would really advise farmers to, be patient for the already existing entrepreneurs, to be patient, and if possible, have partners, work with a network of other agricultural entrepreneurs, because if you're doing it solo, it's not always easy at this point. So if you can if you can join a cooperative, if you can, reach out to networks who could help you when there is a disease outbreak, you know who to run to, when they have your consultants and all, because currently you can't run solo as an agricultural entrepreneur. Definitely. That's my advice.
Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a very enriching conversation. And before we close, please let people know where they can find you. Apart from the Nourishing Africa site, what sites should they go to, your social medias, how they can contact you, how we can build this ecosystem.
So first off, we're rebranding, and on Wednesday will be 4 years, and we'll be unveiling our new brand identity, our new web application. So for now, you can just follow AgroHive on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and you will see the new address and everything, because I don't want to be tempted to share the information now. We are unveiling. So by Wednesday, the new web application and everything will be up for everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. I think this has been an enriching conversation, and we hope that our audience has learned a lot. I know I have. And we look forward to your many successes. So thank you for joining us. And to our viewers, please join us again, same time in 2 weeks, same place, for another edition of Entrepreneurs Nourishing Africa. Bye-bye.
Bye.